right, it's an early edition of the early edition of the 4 o'clock shadow. Going a little bit early. Why? Because we can. Tomorrow, Doc Blaylock, author and artist of A Damn Dirty Thing that you're seeing here, will be on with the good stuffs. Thursday night, don't miss it. Special early edition of 4 o'clock shadow because we have so much to cover. Taking the bull by the horns and eating the marshmallow. Not toasted, but they're good just by themselves. Yeah, little followers know the drill, the thing, you know. Sorry to hear the passing of William Russell. Just I did a early stream on that this morning. Passed away at 99 years old. Here he is in The Great Escape with Richard Attenborough and Steve McQueen, of course, and gosh, how many others? Just a great seminal classic movie that can't be beat. Won't harp on that since I did a thing earlier, but I did look into it a little bit further. Here's another picture of William Russell there from The Great Escape. These may have been like promo shots for the movie as they take, It's good to see you, Tree Goblin, chiming in this early. I hope I didn't, do a deep fake on anyone. Here was Jamie Glover. Not familiar with him. He played William Russell in An Adventure in Time and Space. He played his character, which was kind of a retelling of how the first Doctor and Doctor Who came about, which was I thought interesting. I didn't think he looked a lot like Ian Chesterton, the character, or like William Russell, which really William's last name is Enoch. Believe it or not, is his real name, William Enoch, or Russ, as some people called him. Here he is with the original troupe back there as school teachers to Susan there, and the first Doctor. 99 years old. Reprised his role back in 2022, I believe it was, in the Jodie Whittaker, at the end of Jodie Whittaker season, I believe, with all the other companions. It was great throughout to, the history of the show, but that type of things, and I really I really think that more people were thrilled to see William Russell than any other companion. I know I was. If you're now, if you grew up during the 80s, I guess you're like Bonnie, or Ace, or Tegan, I can see that, but I mean, I was like, yeah, man, William Russell in there, hell yeah, representing the original, troupe. There's only Susan Ann Ford left that played the Doctor's daughter, and that wouldn't have worked because she was left on a planet, and she was left on Earth in the future after the Daleks were defeated, and she got married. And well, I mean, if you want the further, it's on Big Finish disc. I think I've got one of those. She, I think that's cool that they can reprise the Rose audibly. Hello, Katie. Hello, hello. I hope you got your drink. I know I got my beverage, my coffee that I had keyed up. You'd think I drink coffee all day long. I do not. Um, I drink other things. Trying to stay hydrated. This is a good way to stay hydrated. Uh, of course, I'm not hydrated at the time at the point when you do. If you can, if you're if you can pinch your knuckle on your hand and it doesn't immediately go down, that means you're dehydrated. So I'm well. I mean, you're low on fluid. So I need to drink more fluid. And but ever since I discovered that a couple of weeks ago, actually about 2, 3 weeks ago, I've been doing that from time to time and going, yeah, it's staying the same. It's not, I need to drink more fluid. So, I've got water. Cool. Um, yeah, that was cool that they got the old game back. And I did not realize that William Russell had dementia when he did that. In 1965, when he and the other companion left and made it back to London in 1965, I don't know, they launched in November of 63. So you could say, a year or two, depending on, I'm not sure when their last, it was at the end of the chase. Um, they took a time machine back to London 1963 and destroyed it that the Daleks had, took their time ship, and destroyed it. So they're back, how they're going to explain their disappearance to the school. He was a science teacher. She was, I don't know, English teacher or something. I'm not sure what she was. Bad Rex. Rex should know these things, but Rex doesn't know these things or has forgotten these things. Um, Here was William Russell's action figure, believe it or not, in the Doctor Who action figures. Doesn't really look a lot like Russell to me. Looks like zombie Russell without the decaying flesh. Just, I mean, the hairstyle's okay, but that face, come on, folks. Probably something retooled. Um, but, I don't have a bunch of, action figures and stuff. I've got like an original Doctor Who action figure back there, and that's about it. Here was Russell in one of the episodes there where he's kind of dancing around singing along. Actually, the Beatles. Did you know that the Beatles was in an episode on um on on one of their like players. He's showing a device and they tune in and it has the Beatles on there singing a song. Pretty cool, actually. Hey, Mike. This was William Russell as a Lego figure. Uh, from the first episode.
Let me get this straight. A thing that looks like a police box standing in a junkyard. It can move anywhere in time and space.
Yeah, let me get this straight.
Let me get this straight. A thing that looks like a police box standing in a junkyard. It can move anywhere in time and space.
Yes, yes. Look at that face. William Russell. As a Lego. All right, what did I do? I backed up. Freaking frack 'em, always difficulties. Okay. Yeah, here's his son. I did not watch Harry Potter. Alfred Enoch is his son, and I've got to say he does look a lot like his father from the Harry Potter movies. Did you know that was his son? Looks a lot like him. Got that nose. Just saying. show you a picture of his wife here in a minute. Here he was in the 70s, letting that hair down and letting that hair grow out a little bit on ITV's Harriet's Back in Town. Did you ever watch that? Here's his father, William Russell, the actor who has died at 99, was the son of Captain Alfred Enoch MC, one of the original tank crew who went into action on 15th September 1916. So that's William Russell or William Enoch's father. How about that? True British patriot there. Here's them on the last episode that they were in after they get back in London. They do like a photo montage of them like romping through London in 1965, which is pretty cool. I always thought, a lot of people thought that he and he had a thing for her. I would say he did. She actually returned in the 80s at the end of in Megalos at Tom Baker's. In Tom Baker's run on it. There he is with his wife and son. He did a total of 78 episodes of Doctor Who and kind of cemented him. Now, in the Crusade, the VHS, and it's also put on a disc as an extra. Maybe, I'm not sure, in Lost in Time. I'm not sure. I know I have it on something besides VHS, but VHS had a special opening by William Russell, who played Ian, and was for the first time he played the character for 34 years. At that point, this is still the last time he played Ian at that point. But he did come back about a year or so later, Jodie Whittaker, and play, well, I guess it was longer than that, but yeah, I think it was like a 33-year hiatus. If you can count this, reading, recounting, with the opener sort of reprising his role, I suppose so. So I don't know how Guinness Book of World Records kind of, kind of looks at that. Here he is with his son. Who knew? I have not watched the Harry Potter movie. Of course, he was like there up in the corner. He was in Superman as one of the elders. Played Lancelot, of course. There he is with Brian Blessed down there at the bottom. Of course, The Great Escape, Superman, Blackadder. I'm not familiar with that. The Man Who Never Was. That's very interesting. The Adventures of Sir Lancelot. It says Heir Lancelot. And a decent run in Coronation Street, which I know of Coronation Street. Don't think I've watched it because I know it through the Doctor Who commentaries, but I just don't think that I've watched it. I know a lot of people from Doctor Who have done Coronation Street. 57 years after his first appearance in Doctor Who, he reprised his role in 2022. 57-year gap. Unless you count the VHS type thing, which was like 33 years later. So I don't know. You tell me. All right, enough of that. Now we're going to look at some comics. Because that's what we're all about here, somewhat. Hey, Rex, dropping in, like and share, and say hi. Thank you, Mike. Appreciato. Thank you, Katie, for being in here. Thank you, Tree Goblin. Awesome sauce. Had, on yesterday's show, had very good reception. We've 416 subscribers right now, 13 in the last 28 days. That's great. On my earlier stream, which was like a little over 7 hours ago, 30 views. an average watch time of almost 15 minutes. That's great. Had a high peak of 8. Love to do the morning shows. I just don't know, I will do them when I can. Let's put it that way. I'll do them when I can. We go for quality, not quantity here. Well, we kind of go for both. Anyway, all right, let me set this up, and the chat needs to help me out here, okay? Because I'm on a different screen, okay? So now you can see this, all right? You can see that Superboy cover, done by Kurt Swan, checker top cover. We're talking early here, probably well, it has to be the 60s. Well, April something up there. Don't know if I got that in the scan. This is production artwork that I owned or do own. Can't remember if I sold this piece or not, where Superboy meets Cleopatra. Can you see that up on the screen? I'm assuming you can. So when I downside, yeah, you'd see that. Okay. So I thought I would take a look at my first file, which is an acetate file. And I've went through this, but it's been a while. This one I actually gave to John Fernandez. It's a Justice Machine, and this is in Portuguese, as this one was in Portuguese. If you were wondering, no, Superboy's not bi. He's not bisexual or anything. This is an adventure cover. I think it's Superboy or an adventure cover. I don't know. Probably Superboy cover done by Kurt Swan. I actually gave this one to John Fernandez, who drew Devil Flyer Story and so many other great things. And what they did is they took the original artwork here by the Justice League artist that did all those early Justice League. They took the first page artwork and made it the cover. That is the case in a lot of those. The cover mimicked the first page mimicked what was on the cover, just slightly redrawn. Here's another one that's in Portuguese, Old Batman. You see up there in November 1968, which is this. I think this actual issue, it's Carmen Infantino, came out in 1966, where he's writing his last will and testament. These are pretty neat. This is one I've definitely sold with where he's going up against Firebug Batman. This is Jose Garcia Lopez artwork. His faces, like just the way he does his faces is almost Joker like, or has a certain grimace, whatever, just a certain look to his stuff. Okay, now this one is in Ball. A Ball right there is the publisher, in Portuguese again. And this has Little Beaver from just give him a kiss. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast for my internet here. So this is a cover. Nevada is what it was called in Portuguese. But whoop, what happened there? Did it go black on YouTube? All right. Color scheme has been changed. Dark. Good afternoon to you. So this is Little Beaver from Red Ryder. Very popular in the 40s and 50s, Red Ryder BB guns. This is a negative image. These are all acetates. These are all plastic, part of the process, stuff that was shredded, destroyed. This is a negative. I showed a couple negatives of Tarzan the other day from Dale. This one's in Portuguese too. I call these that are in Portuguese because I bought them from a guy in Brazil, um, C.C. Beck artwork here, who did Shazam, who did Captain Marvel back in the 40s and the early 70s. Here's a puzzle page. I still have this. It's the negative. It's all on one page, so it's interesting. A negative and a positive. And it is in English. I have yet to find out what issue it is, but I will eventually identify it. I think that helps sell it. And I just like to have an example of the book to go with the piece. I haven't made it a big priority, though. Um, Here's a Nick Cardy Teen Titans cover, number 43. And there we go. When I had the book, because I bought the book, you can compare it here. I did scan a few of the comics so that you could see it in color and stuff like that. Whiz Kids versus Witchcraft, 020 Center. That would have been before I started collecting. And then you have the original line artwork. So how cool is that with these bullets here, or these round circles up top, we call them bullets, were in red. They weren't in black and white, so they don't show up on this particular layer of production artwork. So they're just blank, if you're wondering. Same thing down here with the wording. And here at the Howling Knight, it's not there because it's in red. If it was in black, it would be on there. There we go. There's Red Rider, or Nevada, The Adventures of Nevada. 1960, November 1960, with Little Beaver. Very cool. Now this one was paper. This is actually a paper cover I had, sort of a stack cover that I had. And one of my favorite artists that's not very well known, which is Mike Nasser. He was a Neil Adams, kind of like Bill Sienkiewicz very early on was Neil Adams kind of style copyist. So was Mike Nasser in the mid 70s. And so I used to have a Mike Nasser 1979, looked like convention sketch of Cyclops. Shadowhawk just got in there and in 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. I'll be looking for you, brother. Yeah, I just Katie had not Katie, but K-pop had mentioned she likes to see some of my collection. And this might be okay. Here's the negative to the same thing. You can see his Mike Nasser did that in 76. That's when Cobra had that. Don't like the pixelation here, especially when you back out or you get it certain. That looks crappy. But I did get stuff scanned. Okay, here's another layer. These are all on paper. You'd see a little bit of yellowing. I sold these not a couple years ago as a set. Oh, another layer. See there? So different stages to make this cover. Cobra number 7 cover. And you'll see one here. Here's one by Ernie Chan, who did Conan and many other things. 1975 cover. Robot cover, number 3. 1976, because it has the DC bullet right in the middle up on the banner. That's an indication it's 1976. And these are stats. This is paper stages that I had and sold, I believe. It's interesting to see the different stages. Here's one that I have, which will show up later. Here's the actual book of it. Very strong imagery, Adventure Comics, World's Finest Comics. When they had their dollar line from the late 70s to the early 80s, they had a dollar line for a good long time of certain books. Had like 5 stories with no ads, I believe. This is Garcia Lopez and Dick Garagano. You can see their signature there, G. Lopez and Garagano. You there's just something about his Batman or something, just the way he drew them, how he did faces that always had an edge to it. But wow, what some imagery, huh, on that one. I actually have a production piece to that and to this. And you go and look for these later issue Weird War. I tried to get this comic for a while, just in this shape. You can see it's not in perfect shape. It's a little dirty. That's what, and you can even see the panels there when you blow it up on the inside back cover, the printing. That's what happens over time with these white covers. So white's kind of fit sensitive, like black, like the black covers are. Um, you can see on this gorilla's helmet there, Starlin, Jim Starlin, the artist, wrote Starlin on the gorilla. Nazi gorillas. Come on now, Nazi gorillas. And Jim Starlin's more known for his Marvel stuff instead of his DC stuff. Here's a Unknown Soldier by Joe Kubert, obviously set in London because you can see Big Ben back there. Well, technically Big Ben is the Bale. I'm just saying. Yeah. But Joe Kubert there, cover. Always had a backup. Now 8 pages, Dateline, Frontline, and more, whatever that was. Here is Atom, the Atom #1, but in Portuguese, which was Electron, and this was like issue 30 something, whatever this is a Gil Kane cover. But usually these things are too. This is the story they started with. This is Marshall Rogers, who sadly passed away. Let me check the chat. Hey, Fanta. Looking for the shadow. Marshall Rogers here was a big DC Batman artist back in the mid 70s. Here's a Joe Orlando cover. Sometimes you have stuff like this, in the margins. There you go, Joe Orlando's signature there by the barcode. A lot of great imagery in there with the skulls and, pretty cool. House of Mystery, love that. Sparta, Illinois. And you can see, it says red TS, yellow TS, black TS, and blue TS there off to the margins. All part of the printing process. Here's another Joe Kubert, Sergeant Rock, after it became Sergeant Rock, from just Sergeant Rock, the title, and not Our Army at War with Sergeant Rock. 1979. Joe Kubert cover. Very cool. There you go. Here's the comic in color. Try and match up, and get there we go. There's that Marshall Roger cover. You can see the eyeball in the demon's chest. Mikey's Friend. And that was in 1979 as well. And you can tell, he was speaking in red, so you couldn't see it on the layer there. But if you're not nice to me, my friend Nick will get you. So the demon's called Nick. We defy you to unlock the shattering secrets of Haunted House. Ooh. Checking the chat. Some of these I still have and some I do not. This is Joe Kubert, Weird War Tales, number 81. You'd be surprised. Some of these issues are hard to get. You have to wait on eBay for them just to show up. This is one I think I still have, a Brian Bolland. Very proud of this, to have a Brian Bolland piece. Actually, I think several layers to this one. Battleground of Oa, which is where the Guardians of the Galaxy, no, not the Guardians of the Galaxy, scrub that, where the Guardians of the Green Lanterns are. Pretty cool. Always like the different, diverse aliens that they had. You know, they had some ones that really pal around with him, like this chick here. Um, you know, or he goes back to issue 6. See, I know my lore, and I love this guy, kind of like a tree bushy guy with one eye. So cool. You know, you had crystalline, or look, he's got a mohawk. How cool is that? A crystal ball with the legs, arm, tentacles, not even arms, and a mohawk. You know, obviously underwater. Cool. Just so cool. And they didn't put the living planet in there. They've got a planet that's a Green Lantern too. He's as big as a planet. Okay, here's another shot of that. Don't know why. Had this one. Still have this one, I think. Now, this is the American version of the book, where the type of the newspaper goes straight up and down like this. But now you'll see on the acetate that I have, which is in Portuguese, I think it actually looks better than this, because they turn it at a diagonal, and it's much more dramatic of him bursting through. You know, here's another one. Here's the actual comic I have of this one, because I have, as you see it in black and white layer. That's a Mike Kaluta with the Spawn of Frankenstein. All right, Shadowhawk. Okay, I'm here. You may begin. Well, now, wait a minute, Shadowhawk. Didn't I send you the link? Aren't you going to come in here and comment? Black Lightning #1. Yes, I had the acetate to that, the layer to that in English. Rich Buckler and Frank Springer on the inks. Black Lightning. There we go. That's what I had. I've sold a bunch of these. I still have a few. These were smaller under its origin issue. These were actually smaller acetates, these Black Lightning. Don't know why. They just were. Ooh, now I've got all these still. And most of them are up for sale on eBay. But if they don't want to pay the money for them, then that's tough. 1959, folks. Batman, 1959 in Brazil. It printed by Ebal. Very simple artwork. Classic, I would say, Batman artwork. Very simple. 1959. Come on. That's worth some money. Another Black Lightning with Superman on the cover. Jimmy Olsen. That's a Trevor Von Eden and Vince Colletta doing the inks. Vince Colletta inked a lot of the Black Lightning covers. And the insides, I believe. Another older Batman. This one sadly does not have all the other stuff on it telling me how old it is. Other characters, though, like Congo Bill. Don't know this character here. It's all in Portuguese. We got Aquaman there getting his selfie taken, or his picture taken underwater. We got very early iteration of Green Arrow, the classic, and Speedy. And then, of course, Batman and Robin. Very cool. And it's signed. This artist here, Alton Thomas, with a Z, did several of these early Batman from the 50s. He later, because I have a extensive Australian Phantom collection, the Phantom, no link yet. Okay, let me send it to you. He did a lot of the Phantoms in Australia. I noticed his signature on a lot of Phantom issues. Lee Fox, the Phantom. Sorry, buddy. I thought I'd sent you the link. I'm a bad rabbit. Oh, Carrie sent me a video. Yes, I follow Caroline Steele on Instagram. Summer is coming. A mosquito at 2 a.m. near my ear. She sent me. Chosen live stream. Just to let you know, episode 2 drops. Let me renew this. Drops in 27 hours. So tomorrow, the episode 2 to season 4 drops of The Chosen. Just to let you know. All right. I believe I sent you the link. Yes, I did. Woohoo! Progress. Science. So this is another issue 10 of Black Lightning. With the Trickster, which was an old character of the Flashes. Rich Buckler and Vince Coletta again on the cover. Not very exciting covers. I think this was one of the titles canceled in 1978 when they canceled a bunch of titles. 1958, July 1958, number 65, Batman. Come on, man. Look at that. Fighting a lion. How cool is that, man? Welcome to the show, Shadowhawk.
Hey. How's everybody doing today?
Pretty good, brother. Sorry to, William Russell passed away.
Yeah, I saw you posted something about that earlier. Now, was he the original Doctor?
He was one of the original companions to the original Doctor. He did.
Oh.
He did play the first Doctor on audio, on the Big Finish audio things.
Right.
I have him, and he does a good job. He does a good job because he knew William Russell, and respected him, as an older actor, the first Doctor. But he was on there, and his real name's Enoch, and his son was in was in Harry Potter movies. Did not know that.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, let me pull up a picture of that again.
Which one of the Potter kids was?
His son Alfred Enoch. Dean Thomas is his stage name. Dean Thomas. I don't know because I've not watched the Harry Potter movies, but here
really?
he is.
Yeah, no, I watched all of them with my daughters. They were back when they were new.
You recognize him now?
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. Well, there was a bunch of Potter movies,
Yeah. They were close.
But I didn't realize, but he had dementia. When he played, his last role in 22. Here he is with his son and wife. He was 99 years old. He would have been November 17th, I believe. He would have been 100. I was kind of rooting for him to make it to 100, but sadly, I didn't know that he had dementia. So
yeah. Yeah, you always. I don't know.
Did you see my popcorn Pez? Did you see my popcorn Pez?
Yeah, you showed me that yesterday.
I know, but I'm proud of it.
I was making fun of it.
No, I'm not.
I was making fun.
That comes later in the show. 2.5 years, and he still doesn't know me. What's that old show? What's that old movie line? Expect me when you least expect me.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Can't remember what that is, but from what that's from.
I can't remember what movie that's from.
Got my Angry Birds in from yesterday and I didn't show it. Number 1 here from IDW from Elsie.
Oh, cool.
I like Angry Birds. Yeah. Never
It's actually a
played
kind
it.
of a fun game.
Yeah, and it had a cartoon. Just saying.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw the cartoon.
Did you see? I showed them earlier. Okay, probably had to go in reverse order here. I did quite a few. Either I did a couple before, while Topic List was going on. Uh, um, and I did some on Topic List and after Topic List. That was one I finished using a little bit of the gray markers for highlights.
Nice. There you go.
Because I got a from Hobby Lobby. Didn't expect it. I went in just to get the pens that I like to use
Uh-huh.
just for writing and drawing and inking. And they were having 4th of July sale. So
Oh.
I was thinking about getting some warm markers, Copics, and I put them back. I had 4 of them, and for what I got 4, I got this. Now I hear that this Master Touch doesn't blend well, but I'm not really using it by itself and not blending. So I
Right.
think these are going to be fine for what I want them for, for just like
There you go.
adding gray highlights and stuff. And here is Zeitgeist again.
Oh, yeah, getting them down a little bit.
Yeah,
Like it.
trying to do some different, things with him.
Yeah, refining
Okay.
them a little bit.
Yeah, you can see the gray I put in this just for highlights.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And that's one of those new pens you bought?
Yeah, the gray. Uh-huh.
Oh,
And
okay.
sometimes a
Cool.
combination of different grays because there's warm grays, cool grays. So there's another Zeitgeist using some of that gray in the background. Just to add something, put a little bit of gray in that within the line work. Very subtle. He reminds me of the Spot. Remember the Spot from
Spot.
Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah. Okay, now
Around
that you...
issue 99, 100 of Peter
Yep.
Parker's Spectacular Spy. And I started off real simple. Zeitgeist is he's a villain. He'll be a pretty cool villain.
Yeah,
especially after he's colored,
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
I like how
Mickey Dark. Yeah, I think he's a
I
dramatic
like that his
character.
whole outline's kind of Kirby crackly, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I took it from just the ideal of that, like that cover. Often I would buy comics because it would inspire me. Like, oh, that's cool. That gives me an ideal, and I would buy that for reference, and then create a character or something from it. So
that's cool.
Here was the first time I drew him right there. This is the first concept drawing of Zeitgeist. Yeah. And Devil Flyer.
There's the old deal.
I'm going to make sure Apex, if I don't draw any more Devil Flyers, because he's like, do more Devil Flyers. Okay, I drew this one. It'll go to him.
Send it to Apex.
Send it to Apex right now. Everyone that backs my magazine gets a 6x4, character. And I know I repeat a lot. I'll be doing a bunch of these. And I'll pick from the very best. And I'll have a variety of characters in there. Some going all the way back from the 70s, down with the Devil Flyer, up with Bog. Right here's your Bog, just in time, Gable.
Very
good. Kind of doing him different. Just his head's too small here. Geo's head's too small, really, I think. But you don't know till you try. I don't know.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little experimentation.
A little experimentation, right, on different ways to draw things.
Hey, Gable.
This is the way we learn. And then sometimes I go sideways. And I may go in with some alcoholic markers on some of these. These are on 110 mixed media paper. I bought them out of the mixed media paper for like $2.30 a pad for 18 of these and per pad. So I got more than enough for my next campaign, and I could draw them all now, you know, if I do that next campaign.
If you do the
No, if I do that next campaign, I might not give them away free, but like you say, I might drop them like, say, on a Wednesday at a certain time.
There you go.
Like you say, like with the sketch cards, but I would do these larger ones or something if you want to buy them, because I'd already have them drawn, you know. Maybe you don't.
And people will pay, you know, $15, $20, $30 for a sketch card, you know, if it's a good sketch card. So, I mean.
And this is bigger.
Exactly.
And you can get a lot more in there, you know. Now, some of them are more simple than others, you know. I was just looking, you know, K-pop had said, I really like it when you go through your collection. So I was kind of going through some of my collection after I talked about William Russell a little bit. Again, you know, some new things I found out since earlier this morning. I just found out late last night after I got off topic list that William Russell had passed away. Actually, he passed away on the 3rd a couple days ago. So sorry to hear that. Would have liked to meet the man. I've actually got his signature on a couple of different things. Since he was so aged, and he was one of the companions that I really liked, one of the original companions. You know, I got his signature more than once.
Gotcha.
Back a few years back, you know. I'm sure his signatures probably took a jump of late on eBay.
Oh, I imagine,
yeah. You know, his son looks like that broadcaster on NBC. A little bit, yeah. Yeah, did you notice that? He really does look like, what's his name? Brian something? Or does he do the Today Show? Is he on the Today Show?
He was on CNN, and then they got rid of him, and then he ended up on, one of those like morning shows or something.
Well, he's a flaming liberal limptard, you know?
Yeah,
he's probably not the worst of the worst.
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon? Really?
It's just Lemon, but yeah.
Hey, Carrie. Oh, okay.
Hey, Carrie.
I finally finished my custom figures I was working on too. Cool. I'm making a custom figure, a Bog. Did you know that? It's in there right now. I haven't showed it in a while because I hadn't worked on it in a while. But I was getting him built up with mass and stuff. I could put some actual moss on him. I've got a collection of moss that goes back years, and wood. That way, if I ever need to burn something, you know, to keep warm, I got
you don't have to burn your comics. Right?
Well, I have my ash tree back here, and it sheds these big pieces of bark sometimes. It just, you know, the tree is so old, and it just, I guess ash is prone to shed its bark. This one always has. So I thought, this is coolly textured bark. I'm going to save this, and I've got boxes of it. You know, it's taken me over a decade collecting it to get a pretty good collection of bark. But I mean, sometimes, you know, and it was all over the place when those limbs hit my house. So
I'll bet.
I'm gonna have to deal with that. It's that big limbs. A big portion of it fell down.
Oh, did it?
It was so big I couldn't put it in the trash. I had to haul it around front. But not the biggest. I mean, fortunately, they're wedged up on there. And the largest portion, the top of the tree or whatever, I don't think it'll kill the tree at all, but it certainly didn't help it. And it's going to cut down on my shade a little bit. I don't think it'll even affect that much, but I'm going to have to get insurance person out here and look at it and get a tree person to get the so, you know, very fortunate that it went down on my chimney, and my chimney supporting the largest portion of it,
Oh.
Otherwise it might have done damage to my roof. The other branch is pretty big, but I don't think it was big enough to damage anything. And
Right.
it is sitting on the roof right next to the base of the chimney. So they're both kind of blew over in the right direction. And when I looked at that big tree the other day that I saw
Oh.
got blown down a few blocks from me, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing
just how
storm can be.
random some things are,
Mhm.
It got windy. That's when wind forced that water into my house.
Yeah,
I
that's
go
crazy.
collecting it. Yeah, I love moss. I go collecting it. Yeah. Well, now you could put it with your little tree dioramas or all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
Devil
yeah.
without a cause. I had no idea Kid like rock.
Hey,
Gable
Timothy.
like Kid Rock. Oh, hey Timothy. Timothy Olsen's birthday tomorrow. He will be
Happy
-4.
birthday to me.
He will be -4, but only in intellect.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Oh, Rex going out hot tonight. Wow.
okay.
Bad boy, bad boy.
Mosquito.
What's gonna do?
Mosquito. Yep. I will be 45 years old. Wow. Old Man River. You're getting
Yo,
up there
Bart.
now. Yeah.
It's still
How's
a young
Abigail?
kid.
She's curled up right there. And Daisy. How's Daisy doing?
Oh, Daisy just fine. She's over in my older daughter's room, sleeping on her bed.
Yeah,
Like she
she's
normally does.
resting. She's going to go out with me tonight. I clock in earlier now, 6:30 tonight. Don't know where I'm
Oh,
going.
wow.
Taking Abby with me. I guess they're probably past me training anybody.
Well, that's good.
I didn't ask. I just assuming I'm going by myself because the last couple times I went by myself. I think we're past that. Did I tell you they put a new guy over us? He goes through the main guy, but we could have sprayed last night and we didn't. But it's still early, so I can't complain. But surely they could work us every night. Actually, they're working us more right off the get-go than I thought. But hell, we're already into June. It'll be October or August and ready to end it. These seasons go by quick.
Oh, I know. Especially the older you get, it seems like they go by faster and faster.
I know. I'm spending week at friends enjoying fussing with Doggy, who with no help from me, honestly, ate the leftover roast chicken. Plate hovered below the table. Magic. Okay.
Sounds
My
a little
friend's
bit sus
Doggy
there,
likes
Terry.
it when I visit and knows I come with his favorite treats, bacon and cheese stick treats. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw. Yeah, Carrie posted something about that the other day. She stopped to get some of those
Well,
specifically for.
yesterday, Abby was at the back door and she was like, and so her little friend was like, what he does. He lost his right eye somehow. I don't know. And he's got something going on with his back leg there a little bit, but he's just a little fellow. And he's actually coming to the door now. And so I made sure I gave him some treats. He let me pet him yesterday. I mean, I think he's the neighbor's dog, but he and Abby just kind of go around peeing on everything and sniffing each other and enjoying each other's company, But
Yeah, that's nice.
He actually, and he did that twice. He came to the back door twice, and I let her out twice to go play with him. I'm glad she's got a little companion, because I'm the only person that she generally gets to see most of the time.
Yeah, nice for her to have a little doggy buddy.
But she seems happy. She knows I love on her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got, we had some new neighbors moved in about 2 months ago, and they got a little boy dog, Labradoodles, where it looks kind of like a lab, but it's curly haired. They're like supposed to be hypoallergenic or something, I guess. Anyway, but he's about the same age as Daisy. So apparently, while I was working the other day, Mama Hawk took Daisy over next door, and they played in the yard like half the day together, just running around in the backyard of the neighbor's yard. So Daisy's got a little doggy buddy now too.
That's cool.
Yeah,
You know,
everybody
I
needs
know
to have
she's
some friends.
fixed, and that little fellow is not a threat to her, and she doesn't treat him as a threat, you know, because she's
Yeah,
bigger than he is, and that's saying a lot.
yeah, that's the same thing with this. I
But I
mean,
don't
he's a
know
boy.
how he
He's a
lost his
boy,
eye.
but
If it, you know, they took him to the vet and had his eye removed, or if he just showed up one day with his eye missing. You know, I don't know if he maybe got out and poked it out or something and went home like that. And then they said, "Oh my God, got it fixed." I don't know. But yeah, he come back like, "Arr," you know. He was a little,
little
but
pirate.
yeah, but now he knows where to come get a drink of water, get a little treat. I try not to feed him too much because I wouldn't, you know, if Abby got out and about, I wouldn't want somebody to feed her something that might upset her stomach. You know, I don't want to upset the owners because he's actually got a little thing on. And I'm really surprised they let him out just to do whatever. Because, I mean, they will pick your dog up here and take him to the pound. And back in the
Oh,
day, it used to cost
you
like
guys,
$15 to get him out of jail,
yeah,
you know.
I don't know that they like we used to have a dog catcher years ago. That just went around looking for stray dogs, but now I think it's you have to call, and complain before they send anybody.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they drive out randomly around here, although I hadn't seen them in a long time.
Hmm.
Um, I had a couple of black labs that would charge me, and they were very young, and I'd be out there raking in the backyard, and I'd bluff them, you know, and
Mm.
you know, I didn't treat them badly, but I didn't like, you know, they come galloping toward me. I'm not going to get attacked by a dog, a strange dog, especially two of them, you know. Not going to do it. Not going to happen. I'm going to defend myself. Um, you know, young or not. I had a couple at work. I'd get in from work in the truck, you know, and they had a couple
Mm.
dogs come over from the neighbor there. And it's a bad enough neighborhood. I want to get in and out. I've never had any trouble, but people get shot over there on that side of town where we leave out and
Oh,
stuff.
damn.
During
Yeah.
the daytime, it's not that bad. And there are police officers sometimes parked there or come around. So that's good. But they keep a presence around there. But yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's a delay in UK. You might check The Chosen on YouTube because I'm showing a drop of The Chosen in like 26 hours for episode 2. I have not taken the time to watch episode 1, so I'll probably watch that right before 2, you know, and then I might not even get to see 2 tomorrow. I may have to wait till the next day, like you, because I had to work. We'll see.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to rain. I mean, they were talking like 70% chance of rain today. Did not rain last night. We could have sprayed last night. Looks like we're going to go out tonight. If I'm clocking in at 6:30, I bet you I go to win. But I can't. I only did that the first night, and they've been sending me up to Pocahontas and Mark Tree and these other places, which is good for me to learn. But you know, and I know it
Right.
somewhat. But you know, episode 2 shows on the 7th at for me. Well, I'm saying on YouTube, they have a premiere on YouTube and it's scheduled to go off for about 26 hours. So can't you watch the premiere on YouTube
Wow.
tomorrow night and not have to wait till the 7th? Because today's the 5th, dear. Carrie must be a child of God. She puts up with me. Well,
So
you know,
is the first one
that's
already
called
out on YouTube?
the first episode is. The second one drops
Oh.
tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yeah. And if you want me to send you the direct link to that, you can. I can. I thought I already did. But yeah, it's out
I don't. You
on
might
YouTube
have sent the for the first show last week. Yeah.
for the first
Oh,
show,
dude.
right? And
I
I haven't watched it
between
yet, but
us streaming and work, man, I've been doing nothing but so.
I guess they're going to drop the episodes on YouTube, you know, as they come out every week till they get them out.
Huh.
That'll be cool.
Oh.
And then
Yeah,
they'll
I still
probably,
haven't
when
watched
they
it.
end, they'll probably put it all up on Angel Studio. I don't know.
Yeah.
Drops tomorrow for you guys. Perhaps, yeah, it's not us Brits though. But what I'm saying is it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Isn't that
Well,
the same in
maybe not on.
England?
I don't know. That's what I was just gonna
I
say.
don't
I
know
don't know
either.
if they,
You
they
know,
have the same
I sent you a
content.
video singing Mosquito. Look, I tell you what, I have it pulled up here and it's counting down because I wanted to make sure I caught it, although I haven't watched episode 1 yet. I've still got episode 1 up. But there you go, folks. There's the chosen YouTube watch thing. See if you can, that helps, Gary. Click on that and see. Maybe you'll get to watch it a day earlier because it's about 26, 25 hours away from dropping the second episode of it. I know John the Baptist died in the first one. Spoiler. But that's the way it goes. All right. So you want to look at some comics, Shadowhawk? It's been a while since we've kind of been comic focused. We've done a couple interviews with Mike Barron, and we had on Texas Dave, and talked about Ace 3 yesterday. So I thought I'd bring it.
Running pretty heavy on the interviews lately.
Well, it seems that way. Not really.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like at least 2 or 3 days a week, most weeks for the past couple months, anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We got Elon Mudd coming on tomorrow, talking the Plunger. Of course, we'll be celebrating Timothy's birthday and Darth Fatass's birthday as well. And we got Mark Largent coming on again on Saturday on the Rex X and Apex show.
Apex.
George Perez's birthday would have been Sunday.
Oh.
He was born in 1958. And Tree Goblin's birthday, Monday.
Happy birthday, Tree.
Yeah. Happy early birthday. And my daughter's birthday is the 13th. And Cross Comics' birthday is the 24th. So we got a lot of birthdays in June. Yeah, I wish I was 40. Well, I say that. 46. I mean, I don't know that I would go back. I've got much more energy than 46. I started coming out of it about age 47. So you can tell me if you see this up on the screen, Shadowhawk.
All right.
I think you can see that, right?
Batman? Yep, I can see.
Batman, okay, from 1958. These are some acetates, some production artwork that I have.
Oh, cool.
Black Lightning, Superman movie there. I don't see an issue number. Oh, but it's up here in the notes, issue 4. So another Trevor Von Eden and Vince Coletta with Superman on the cover. Here you go, the Signal Man going up against Batman. That's 1958. These are in Portuguese because they're from Brazil.
Oh, very nice.
Very simplified artwork. Another issue 3, I believe. Yep. Issue 3 here of Vince Coletta on the inks and Rich Buckler cover. Going against the Whale. This is characters kind of like the Kingpin, but he's called the Whale.
I get those guys mixed up sometimes. It was Vince Coletta and then what was it, Mike Kaluta?
Yeah, Mike Kaluta is the artist and Vince Coletta is more of the inker, yes.
Right, okay.
I believe this is Alex Savaku and Dick Giordano cover. There you go. Green Lantern and Green Arrow.
Nice.
43 center, yeah. Trying to save the fallen guy.
Oh yeah, I got this one.
Yeah, I try and buy the comics. There we go. Here's a copy of my comic that I bought after.
Yeah.
When I buy the production artwork, it I like to get the comic to go with it. So I've really increased my collection. Oh, now see, here's the one I showed the other day. The negatives to that Odell comic book.
Oh, cool.
The Tarzan.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Shelby Robertson, what about this here, this black space? Right at the bottom. I asked him about that, and he said it could be a reprint.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Because often they would reprint, and yeah, I got out the originals and showed them the other day. I've got them here of the Tarzan.
Cool.
Just happen to have those in there, but here's the original cover of the Dale, which is like late 50s.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But see, no box down here. So what he said is it would be opposite. See, it appears in black, and so that would be a reversal. It would actually be in white. So they probably put a type box there on a reprint
Oh, right. Yeah.
with type, And I thought, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. So might have figured out something, with the getting a massive steak from the farm shop on my birthday, Tree Goblin says. Ooh, good for
There
you.
you go. Treat yourself, buddy. If you don't treat yourself good, you can't expect nobody else to.
That is correct. So these are smaller. So let me blow them up a little larger. This is Black Hawk cover.
Black pudding Scotch egg. Ooh, interesting.
With the evil eyes. Evil eye creature. Os Falcos. That's what yeah, this was be Black Hawk, cover. But
okay.
in Portuguese down in Brazil, Os Falcos. These were smaller pieces. These weren't the really large one. Check that one out with the mechanical Kraken.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Picking them up, and look, you even have a machine gun nest in there. Pew pew pew. Yeah. Oh, they're on. Oh, look, they're on every arm. See?
Oh, they got a little machine gunner on every arm.
Yeah, they got a machine gunner on every arm.
Nice.
Wow. There you go.
Melvin number 0, special edition, available now.
There you go. Os Falcos.
I wonder if os means black in Portuguese.
I sold out of these very quickly. These black, these or like to one guy, I think he bought nearly all of them. I think he bought all of them.
Yeah.
You just have to hit the right.
Some people really enjoyed the Black Hawk comic. I thought it was okay, but I wasn't ever one of my favorite titles.
Now here is the cover to Steel #3 from the 70s, and this was one of those titles that was canceled in 1978 when they canceled a bunch of DC titles. This is a Don Heck cover. You think of Don Heck as being over in at Marvel, and this was on paper.
Yeah,
I think these were on paper. See, because they come in different stages. Here's the sort of black and grayscale,
right?
And then just different stages of the printing process here that we're in for the same piece. Now here you go. Here is one by Alex Raymond, Jungle Jim. This is King Features Syndicate for a strip. Jungle Jim.
I don't remember Jungle Jim.
Jungle Jim strip that came out by Alex Raymond. Alex Raymond did Flash Gordon back in the.
Oh, okay.
Right. But he also did Jungle Jim, and this is a smaller one, and it's sideways, and it's for probably the only one that I got in the Brazilian collection that was from a newspaper strip. No, I take that back. I've got a couple Sunday, I think, Prince Valiants, but they're bigger pieces than this was. Here you go. This is one with Supergirl and Satana with a Yeti. Supergirl number 7 in Supergirl 70s run.
Now you realize, Timothy, that Fanta's a VIP. You're gonna have to send those books to her for free.
Rich Buckler and Frank Coa on this one. This is the first appearance of Diamond Death. I was thinking Diamond Lilith for some reason. Now, see, this is a common occurrence. If I strike, I'll shatter Iris into a million pieces. But if I don't, and then it just ends after the comma. That's because it's printed in a different color, and it doesn't show up on this layer.
Oh, there you go.
I like the DC bullet up here is blank. It's just a circle.
Yeah.
But it's obviously in red or blue or some other color that's not on this stage. So now this is a cool one, and I still have this. Look at the retro look of that Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Look at that. And I don't know what the Almanac 97 is. I don't think it was printed in 97. I think it was much earlier. This is probably a local artist, and look, they gave him thumbnails.
Oh, wow.
The artist gave him thumbnails. To the costume, and you could have probably argued fingernails.
Yeah,
you know?
Looks like it.
But now, this is probably a local artist. I really like the retro look, but on the back is John Romita Sr. artwork.
Oh, okay, the little piece behind it.
Yeah, or down or over here in this corner.
Oh,
that's John Romita. Down here with Gwen Stacy and her father, that's John Romita. But I really like the retro look, man, of Spidey there hanging upside down in the webbing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I still got that piece, by the way. It was a smaller piece.
That's a good looking Spider-Man, though. I like that.
Weird Western Tales, number 21.
Weird.
Yeah, look at that. Hangman's Jonah Hex cover by Luis Dominguez. Luis Dominguez did the first Swamp.
Here. Hey, old Billy Power Man.
Hey, Billy. He did the cover to
hey, Eric.
Swamp Thing number 11. He did a lot of the horror covers, but he did this Jonah Hex. This is taken from panels out of Aquaman done by Nick Cardy to make covers. They actually took panels from the book and made covers.
That's cool.
Here's where they get married. This scene makes no sense at all. Okay, they're underwater, and Flash and Batman has bubbles on their heads so they can breathe, right? And so does Robin.
Right.
And look, the Atom over here.
He's got a tiny bubble.
He's got a tiny bubble. But look at all these others. They're drowning. Okay, Superman could hold his breath. Maybe Wonder Woman, but Hawkman and I assume this is Black Canary. They're gonna die. What the hell?
Well,
and all these
Hawkman back in the day was an alien from another planet, so maybe he'd be fine.
Okay, and then of course this is Aqualad. He can breathe underwater, but this is when they get married.
Yeah, Aqualad has always sucked.
I'm just saying it's a little weird that they're wearing bubbles and these characters aren't. And then there's more mysterious characters in the background that don't have bubbles.
Don't know what the reasoning behind that was.
Yeah, but
like I said, Hawkman maybe, but yeah, Black Canary, I would think she would need a bubble.
There we go. Nick Cardy. Again, this is like a scene out of 1969 on this particular one. Up in the margins, sometimes they're dated. So if this is a 69, probably the Aquaman book that this was taken from probably came out in 67, a couple years earlier.
Oh, okay. I've
got a Spider-Man #1 cover out of this collection, or did have. I don't know if I sold it or not. Probably not. I think I still have it. Spider-Man #1. Now it's in Portuguese, but it's dated like 1969, and Spider-Man #1 came out in early 60s. So that's obviously from a foreign reprint. But I also had a Daredevil #1. cover.
Oh, cool.
That was slightly different. Here's a Joe Kubert, where unknown soldiers underwater pulling the pin and a grenade, going to blow up some Nazis.
There you go.
Hopefully not himself. That was a smaller one. This is just and these aren't real signatures. These are faux signatures, just like a copy.
Right.
Batman and Robin, Adam West and Burt Ward, but that's something I have in my collection. Here's a Mighty Mouse cover from 1961. Passante, issue 4.
All right.
Passante meaning Mighty Mouse, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah. That's a smaller one I have. And then here's a Nick Cardy one I have. Not a very good copy. Look at that water damage. I don't even know where that is, but I guess it's in my collection. Look at that water damage.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I didn't spend that much on it, but I wonder if this is Nick Cardy drawing himself. I bet it is.
I was just thinking that when I looked at that. I was like, I wonder if that's a self-portrait.
And we have I saw this one a couple years ago. Finally. I still have the comic. This is the comic here. Weird Worlds, #2. I think this is Joe Orlando cover. I think that's what it wound up being. I thought it might have been the Batman artist.
Garcia Lopez?
No. Nope.
70s,
Brave and the Bold. Exactly.
Lawson? No, not Lawson.
There's John Carter, Warlord of Mars. I know that'll get Timothy Olsen's. They were featured, and in fact, this is John Carter right here. Look at the scaling on that thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yes, Lorenzo, there is your lizard representation for today. Now this is exciting because this is the book. This is a Frank Frazetta homage, and this I have all the stages of this book.
Hell, Ray, good to see you, buddy.
In the Adler collection, it was the only one that had all 5 stages. In the collection.
Right, yeah, you showed me that.
And here's a Mike Kaluta. You mentioned Mike Kaluta. Here's a Mike Kaluta cover.
Very nice. The Beast that will not
how to
die.
Kill a multiple armed skeleton, because that's not a normal skeleton if you look at it.
Yeah, no, it's not, is it?
The beast that would not die. There we go. Here's my comic. We
Black
looked at that.
Oh,
and then
the
back ad. Remember this ad? AU shoes.
Oh yeah.
I just kind of, while I was scanning, I was like, that's a cool back cover. I'm gonna scan that too. Threw that in there. And then these were some like a portfolio of plates or something that I got. I don't know. I might have had, this is a Johnson cover. This is much later. This is in 2000.
But you doesn't have to call him Johnson.
I might have had that. Now, this is an Adler. I collected this because this is an Adler, and you see some of his photography here. That's all photography. See, they have drawn in characters, but it's colorized, like the vehicles there in the storefronts.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a photograph that it's built around, and Jack Adler did that. And there is actually a Jack Adler piece to this. I just don't own it.
Oh, okay.
I think they won about $200 for it last time I looked. Now this is Jack Adler's Infinity cover, because he's looking at the book and 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 looking at, that's an Infinity cover right there with his grandkids. That's his grandkids.
Oh, cool.
Jack Adler's grandkids. Issue #2, and they also appeared on issue #6. This is a date stamp on that. If you're wondering what that is, that's probably a date stamp. It would not affect the grade of the book. because
Oh,
that's part of the process. Now look, that's straight out of the movie, isn't it?
oh yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, Garcia Lopez cover. But yeah, his Batman always looked demonized. He looked
He looked mean, dude.
he looked
I
mean
like
with
his
when
Batman.
Garcia Lopez drew him. He just he had that demonic look. I don't know, it just
He's supposed to be scary, man. He's a
I
fucking
know,
Batman.
I know, I know. I
Yeah,
totally agree. Yeah.
that was one time when I was a kid. I really loved the Batman '66 show. But
I
like the
mean,
older
look,
I got, and then I started reading Batman, I was like, God, that was such a terrible version of Batman.
how do you get a couch that's half clean like that, and then on this side you got springs and the cotton coming out of it and everything, and
you
cigarette
gotta
butts, and
you gotta work at it.
you got to work at it. Just
Yeah.
sit on that one side. Now this is one that I still have. Young Love 102, I believe that's
Oh,
Vince Galetta inks. I did have a few romance ones in the collection. So I got a few romance comics in my collection. Hey, if you want a scene in your comic book where someone's kissing somebody, these are great reference. I was like, I was thinking the other day, I need to get some more romance collection in my collection, believe it or not. Let me check. How was that not funny? Hitler is in hell watching TV. Okay, well, I, I bless you, Rex. Oh, sorry. Ray in the house. Hitler Hell Story. Ask Gable Pennyshot. Yeah. Well, I mean, for one, I don't know. Do I really want to get into this?
Tinsley just mentioned, yeah, it was in chat a few minutes ago. So,
Okay.
not a
Lizard
big deal.
is going to get stabbed in the face. There you go.
There's not a huge story to it. It was
Yeah.
sounded
Probably
like
not. Yeah.
like a one liner to
Well, like,
Tinsley.
Luke ran a poll. Um,
I got the
is
poll right
OJ
here.
Simpson in hell? And I went in and said hi, but I didn't vote in the poll because I don't think you should put anybody in heaven or hell. That's up to God, his
Well,
judgment.
yeah, that's not our job.
I mean, scripturally speaking, now if you say, well, I was only joking. Well, here you go. I forget. Maybe Dan Day did this one, Swamp Thing. I can't remember the artist. It was done in 1976, number 19. It was either this one or number 20 that my cousin had growing up. I think it was number 20. I might have saw both of them. I think he only had one issue though. But very iconic, lifting up a bulldozer above his head, scaring off the. Looks like Tony DeZanga on the inks. I could be wrong about that. Never could say his last name.
I think it's Tazuniga or something like that. Yeah, it's a weird
Yeah,
name.
but awesome cover, right?
Oh yeah.
Look at the colors, how they pop. And you even have some graduation from red and orange to yellow down here, which is very cool. Very cool logo at that time, original logo. They changed it for the very last two issues, and it's horrible. We'll see that later. Here's one I had, and you can see. I sometimes I bought cheap copies to go with the acetate just to put up. You can see this one's not. It's taped because some of these Amazing Spider, and it's even got some ink on the cover. Looks like water damage, but so I didn't spend a fortune sometimes on some of these issues to get, depending on my money situation. That's a John Romita Sr. cover. Very cool. And then here's a wraparound cover, more than likely. Now this one's probably not wraparound. A lot of them were. GI Combat, Joe Kubert. There you go. Read more books. Hand over those other two books. When I read these three novels, I'll be able to conquer the world. Maybe we need Treasure Island, Moby Dick, and Robinson Crusoe and read it so that we can take over the world. Or does that only apply to gun-toting gorillas? Just wondering. Secret of the Man-Ape, World of the Doomed Spaceman, Language Master of Space, Nick Cardy cover from Beyond the Unknown, number 23. Pretty nice looking copy, actually. Very early appearance of the Falcon, done by John Romita, with one of my favorite characters, the Gray Gargoyle. With his right hand, he can turn you to stone. And there you go.
Was it just the right hand?
Yes, just the right hand. Al Milgrom, Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. He only had 6 issues in his original run, and then it was canceled in 1978, going against the Hyena, his very first appearance. The Hyena.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, that's a great cover, man. I love that.
Yeah, Al Milgrom.
Yeah.
Another romance. I always like this one, Falling in Love, where you have
I remember buying that one when it came out.
She never dreamed she'd become a shared woman. Ooh. She risked her heart in a desperate romance. There was no truce between them. There were enemies in love.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. And look, the DC logo in a heart shape, falling in love.
Oh.
Readers decide should they marry. Dun 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 dun. A shared woman. Shadowhawk.
Oh my.
But I do like the hand in the rain on the door opening to reveal a scene, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And this was a paper approval cover. This was actually sent to me free from a person that I ordered something on eBay. I later sold it. It was an approval cover for Captain America 126. Another John Romita Sr. and Jack Kirby cover. First appearance of Diamond Head back there, too. So first appearance of that character. Early Falcon in this green and orange outfit. Looks like he lost a glove there. Whacking that guy.
Yeah.
The Falcon returns.
He hit him so hard he knocked his glove clean off. How does that happen?
Yeah. There's another shot of that. Here's these were like plates I got in a book, 1939, that I also scanned while I was at it. Right there's a print of this cover, because at first that's all I could find. I couldn't find the actual book on eBay. Very hard issue to find. Weird War Tales, number 89, with the Jim Starlin cover, Nazi Gorillas. Very hard to find at times.
Nazi
and so
Gorillas.
I bought this.
Awesome.
I bought this poster, and he's got his name there on the helmet. See, Starlin, right under the swastika.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have signed my my comic there.
Artists need to sign their work. Holiday in Hell. There you go. So this was a wraparound cover. GI Combat. That was production. Yeah.
I guess that does
Joe Kubert. Yeah, and it has the Superman contest, movie contest for the second Superman movie down there. Here you go. Now here's some Marvel. See, they got it 68. Now I don't know if that corresponded, and then over in the margin they got 67 because it's reprinted. This actually came from Brazil, see, but it's in English. It hasn't been translated over into Portuguese yet, but it's a good one.
Wow, cool.
I have very few. And look at the retro Spidey there, done by Jack Kirby, with the webbing under his arm. So cool. A good square off cover in between all these characters. Giant Star Bonanza.
Nice.
There you go. And there's that GI Combat that we saw earlier.
Combat.
GEI Combat. Now, see, here's proof. I had the original
There it is.
production artwork to the first appearance of Punisher. It was stolen from me.
I've
Just
got
saying.
the issue. I don't have the I certainly don't have the production artwork.
Yeah, I had the cover and the splash page artwork. This is John Romita Sr.
Yeah, I don't have the splash page either. No,
He was the guy that co-created the Punisher, the look of the Punisher. Was John Romita Sr. Here, I don't know what this was. This could have been a pinup, could have been Superman and Batman rushing toward you. Pretty cool. Probably a local Brazilian artist. Let me check the chat real quick.
Oh, dude, that almost looked like part of the animation from the '67 show when they used to, at the beginning and the end, they would put in the animated scenes.
Yeah,
that looked like them running towards the camera from the '66 show.
Oh, definitely, but Superman wasn't in that though. See?
Well, yeah, that's right. I was thinking,
but
Batman.
It is reminiscent. It is reminiscent.
But it is very similar, right? To that.
Yeah.
That Batman looks like almost exactly like the one they used to use.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the only other thing are the register lines. These are register lines for the printer.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
And this was I'm not sure. This says 4 up there, so maybe issue 4 of Justice League. Looks like redrawn by a local artist. There you go, early Justice League. Now,
so did they do that a lot in Brazil? They would have them just redraw the issues instead of just
sometimes it was redrawn, sometimes it was taken. They would take the splash page artwork and make it the cover, because a lot of times
but I mean, but why wouldn't they just reproduce the original book without the word balloons and then put in Portuguese words?
Don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if they light tabled this or what, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
but you can
I'm
see
just
the
wondering.
old Batman logo there.
Yeah, I mean, it blew my mind when I first found out that like people in Brazil and stuff had Marvel comics. I was like, I figured Brazil had Brazilian comics, right? In England,
well, now this is DC, but I got your meaning. Yeah, they had DC and Marvel.
Right, and then I found out, later on that people in England get Marvel and DC too. And I was like, I mean, I guess they're worldwide, right?
Well, English, yeah. I mean, and a lot. I told you the story that they used to use comics and magazines for ballast in ships.
Oh yeah.
And then once they got there, they would sell the books. But
well, I mean, and when you and I were growing up too, there you go, right? People didn't look at comic books so much as collectibles.
As precious, right? Yeah. It was just
deep
entertainment. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, to a lot of people, comic books were one step above trash.
Are you ready for a trivia question?
Sure, why not?
Who redesigned from this classic Green Arrow? Who redesigned Green Arrow as we know him today with the red goatee? I mean, the blonde goatee and mustache.
Hold on. His outfit. It was Gil Kane.
You want another guess? You get 3 guesses.
Shit.
Late 60s.
What's my boy from Warlord? What's his name? Mike Grell.
One more.
Okay. Now you're getting.
You can do it. Think Green Lantern. I mean Green Arrow. Who redesigned him?
I know, but I don't know that I remember exactly when the redesign happened.
Late 60s.
Right. Shit.
Anybody
I don't know. Garcia Lopez?
Oh, no, he wasn't even around. Neil Adams.
Shit. I should have thought of that one.
Now, speaking of Mike Grell, this is Mike Grell right here.
Oh.
And this was a splash page. They're going up against Benedict Arnold there. That was the villain. He was in a Batman family. See,
kick your
here's the
ass, Benedict Arnold.
yeah, the Invader from Hell, right, Timothy? Julius Schwartz editing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mike
Julie
Grell
Schwartz.
artwork.
Nice.
Yeah. Got
Man,
Batgirl there on the
that's a name that
Batcycle.
brings back memories, huh?
What, Benedict Arnold?
No, Julie Schwartz.
Here you go. I even got some ads. House of Mystery and all the other. Look at that Cosmic Lock. This would have been in Secrets of Haunted House number 17.
Ooh, very
Page
cool.
18. And it pictures comics that you might actually even have in your collection. How cool
Oh,
is
that's
that?
cool. Yeah.
Huh?
That's got who's that?
Yeah.
That's Kane up there in the front, right?
No, that was his friend. Yeah, yes, this is Kane right there.
Right.
Yeah, that's Kane. Yep. And I
And then the
forget
other
this guy's
guy
name.
is I forget his name. He was like the host on another one of those old
But look
DC.
at these zombies,
Well,
man. Look at the zombies, that the undead holding the cross
oh,
back
that's
there and
cool.
everything. You know, with the and this was an ad, you know, for Ghost, House of Secrets, and Secrets of Haunted House. How cool is that? And then you can buy all these comics and match them up to this ad. So cool, you know, because those are actual books that came
Bye,
out.
Eric. Have a good one, buddy.
There you go. There's one of the Prince Valiants from 1942.
Damn,
Now, I think
that's
this is a
some old stuff there.
Howard R. Foster. Now, this was probably a Sunday and done in color. They are larger, but they're not the largest pieces that I have, but they are larger than the medium or small pieces I have. But look at the artwork of Hal Foster.
So do you got like one of them architect cabinets or something in your house, Rex, where you can just lay the artwork flat in a little drawer?
I often do that with stuff like this in my safe that I have in my safe.
Oh, okay.
Now this
Well,
is
that's
interesting.
even better.
On the back of the cover, this is one of those dollar ones. It's on the backup stories, which are Hawkman and Black Lightning, maybe a Superman story, and you got Rip Hunter, Time Master, or that might be, you know, Shazam, Captain. Oh, that's Captain Nazi. Okay, and we got Green Arrow. Yeah, that's Dick Garagano. But on the cover, we got Neil Adams. Look at the Neil Adams.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So we got, you know, Dick Garagano on the back, and we got Neil Adams, which some of it went past the, you know, the wing and all that. So you really got Neil Adams on the back too. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, kind of.
World's Finest Comics. And this was just a panel from Flash, where he goes up against the Cubist painting, where he goes up against the Royal Flush Gang, and there's the king.
Oh.
You know, but isn't that neat? Just a panel acetate.
Yeah,
I don't know why they had it, but you know, I bought it, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, still, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, look at this one. This is John Ballard artwork from Marvel Man. Look at that.
That's pretty nice, dude.
Now, see, this is how I envision the Inner Man, sort of like an outline character.
Right. Yeah, he's just so bright you can't even hardly see anything but his outline.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad he put a Inner Man, you know, symbol on his chest, because that kind of screams hero, you know. But yeah, this was one of the later ones, and I had multiples just to get it in here. Okay, Phantom artwork. I have not identified where this comes from. I have sold one page of the 3 pages. Wow. There he's being chased by elephants. I have not identified it yet, but because it's doesn't give me an issue.
Well, Phantom has what, over 1,000 issues or something?
Oh, in Australia, over 1,600.
Jeez,
look at this snake. Look at this snake in silhouette. Look at the snake in silhouette there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there he's chased up a tree by charging elephants, and but here he kills a tiger.
Dude's having a bad day, man.
Yeah, he kills a tiger and then he's looking for his horse in this issue. I think he's actually attacked by a couple tigers, to tell you the truth. But
Well,
nice artwork on these, huh?
yeah,
Very,
very good.
very atmospheric.
The
Very
figure drawing is
atmospheric.
good. The animal work is good. Yeah, it's
All in the rain. This is a rain scene. Very
good
cool.
stuff, man.
Yeah, it is. Really didn't want to put it. Here we go. See, he's looking. He's yelling for his horse. He shoots the one tiger, and then kind of loses his pistols there. Because he gets his arm slashed, and then he has to take on
he
the
gets
one
bit
with
on
the
the
knife.
leg a little bit there too.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
I kind of like when he was going by. It looked like he's getting his leg. Now maybe not. He just kind of slashed him in the side, I think.
Yeah. A tiger, and then we go back to this where he kills him. He's on the tiger and then he stabs him, and that's a lot of weight. Look how big that tiger is. He's like,
Dude, tigers are huge, man.
I know.
I mean,
I think these
you don't
are
think about it, but they're really big.
These are like Siberian tigers. These things are huge compared to the Phantom.
Oh, dude, the Bengal in
Tiger be
India.
dead with his tongue hanging out. Tiger be dead.
Yeah, I think they're like
these
12
are cool pages though.
15 feet long.
I think I like this one the best. Just look at the atmosphere work there. He's looking for his horse. He's yelling for his horse, and I think that's the tigers. When the see the approaching tiger.
Yep.
So
the tiger's also a horse, man.
And then here's the other one in silhouette there.
Oh yeah, sneaking up on the other
side. So they're
side.
sneaking in two directions. Yeah. This one had two layers to it. Has a face here in this blank area. This is Dick Garagano, Wonder Woman page.
Oh.
And I think I have, there we go. Here we go. Now you see the face. And the face was done in a different color, so it had to be put on a different layer, see?
Gotcha.
It's absent there, and it's there. Very nicely done. But in red, I believe, if I remember right. So there can be different stages. This is a smaller one. This is cool. Home for Christmas. Look, he's hiding behind the snowman. And they're getting ready to smash it down with the tank. The Amerikaners think that a snowman will stop us. He might.
That
was Joe Kubert.
Some tricks up his sleeve.
Another John Romita Sr. Early Falcon.
Yeah, that's an early Captain America and Falcon.
144. Look at that, FemForce.
Oh, wow.
And here we got a date down here, 1973, plus May and June in Portuguese. So 1973 is when this came out. Now, when it came out in America, I would probably say about 71 then, probably a couple of years prior.
Okay.
Here's another one. This one.
They usually ran like a couple of years behind as far as.
A couple of years behind, yeah. The Secret Origin of Captain America, never seen before. Although we saw a Kirby that said the origin of Captain America. This is Sal Buscema cover.
Yeah, Sal, see?
Sal, see?
Yeah, you can just call me Sal, see?
There's the Daredevil #1. And cool. Just a few things different about this one. This one's Jack Kirby with Bill Everett on the inks. On this iteration, we actually get to see, because in the American version, his legs are cut off shorter. We actually get to see some of the bottom part of this that wasn't in the American version. A little bit different. And look at the Jack Kirby heads from the Fantastic Four, all in the old style. This is in the early Spidey done by Kirby there. All done.
The old yellow and red costume, right?
Foggy Nelson there, along with what was her name? Karen Page. And then
Yeah,
Matt Murdock,
or
the
was it Page? something?
Daredevil.
I think you're right. Yeah, Karen.
There we go. Now, an early Journey into Mystery, like issue 9 of Thor and Journey into Mystery. He started in 83. So I guess number 11, issue 11 of Thor being in Journey into Mystery
Oh, okay.
by Jack Kirby, where they're at the United Nations. And Loki's kind of taking the Marvel Age of Comics. See Mighty Thor and evil Loki unite to battle the human race as a Marvel Comics group ushers in the mighty age of comics. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, look at this one. George Tuska. Look what he's doing to the logo.
Ah, yeah, very cool.
Number 7, 1968. But then we have a 3 here. So somebody put a 3. It probably came out in 68. Maybe 73 here. I don't know. I don't know why that's there, but I'd had to look it up and see when that. But that's George Tuska, Gladiator. I always loved Gladiator with the buzzsaws. I like Whirlwind with the buzzsaws. Whirlwind. Here's another George
Tuska.
Tuska.
Has the buzzsaws too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Here's George Tuska, issue 21, slamming his helmet down in disgust. I quit. Oh, John Buscema page. Look at these gorgeous pages. A little bit different with blacked out around the edge, but interior page, not covers, but interior pages to Silver Surfer. How cool is that? That'll go in the Buscema book. This will go in the Buscema book. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a nice page, too.
Yeah, look at this one.
Look at his facial expressions on this thing. It's great. Yeah, Buscema's good, man.
Look at this guy. Even got a cover. Number 8. And this is with the price change. Now only 58. And it's the introduction of the Ghost here. That's the first appearance of the Ghost.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And here's that one we looked at earlier, the actual
on the diagonal that you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, where the top is turned sideways, which I think is more dramatic. Plus, it goes behind the logo here.
Mm-hmm.
Dos, that means 2. See, I'm speaking foreign language. Dos superheroes.
Yes, so that means 2 superheroes.
Hombre de Ferro. That means they're badass hombres.
Nomen de Ferro and Captain Nomen de Ferro is because it says 2 superheroes, so he's teaming up with somebody in that book.
Now, talk about early. Now, this is Gene Colan. This is 119. Early Falcon. The Skull Falls. How cool is that? Defeated Red Skull. Nazi bastard. Gene Colan artwork. I got a whole book just in production artwork here, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this John Romita. Dave, the first appearance of the Gibbon.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, who is that? I couldn't see it very clearly.
The birth of the Gibbon.
The Gibbon.
If it says introducing, it's probably their first appearance.
Yeah.
There we go. We saw the comic book later. Here in the margin, it says 73. So this is 73, came out. By World Color. I used to work for World Color. World Color did all the Marvel stuff in Sparta, Illinois. Of course, World Color was located in Sparta, Illinois. Here's the Portuguese hombre, Arachnad, or whatever, Aranha. I don't know. April 1969.
Arana.
Okay. Spider-Man number 1, done by Steve Ditko.
I don't know.
How cool is that? Or was it Kirby with Ditko inks?
Oh,
I think it was Ditko.
I think that looks like a Ditko Spider-Man to me, but I could be wrong. I could always be wrong.
Here we go. One of the Tales of Suspense with the Crimson Dynamo. Or is that the Titanium Man? Yeah, that's the Titanium Man in the green. This would have been Jack Kirby artwork down here. And these were made into cartoons back in 66, these stories. And this up here is doing that story is Don Heck artwork. So we got Don Heck here, and we got Jack Kirby down there on the same cover, like it would have been in Tales of Suspense. Now, here you go. Tarzan Collector's Pinup Page. Welcoming. Ever wonder how the same talented artist might draw the same page on 2 different days? Well, we did, and we got a chance to learn the answer when, for some reason too complicated to go into, Big John Buscema ended up penciling 2 versions of the very same scene used as the cover of issue number 8. We've already seen the first version, inked by Alfredo Alcala. Yeah. Now, for your enlightenment, edification, here is the second, as inked by Marvel newcomer Bill Black, aka Paragon Publishing and AC Comics publisher.
Wow.
Yeah, Bill Black enjoyed. And that's written by Roy Thomas there. So, and this was published eventually. That's why they're telling you that story. Unused cover by John Buscema, inked by a different artist, Bill Black, in issue 13, I believe, of Tarzan of Marvel. Very early Falcon indeed. Oh, here it is again. I got it scanned again for some reason with the, see that disc on his hand? That's what turns you into stone. Only on his right hand.
I never knew it was only the one hand. I thought it was both.
Now, this is cool. This is Jack Kirby and John Romita Sr. again. Yes, John Romita Sr. inked.
Oh, that's Kirby.
And this Hulk here, taken from this cover, Tales of Spanish, been made into stickers and all kinds of stuff on Marvel merch.
I remember
on all kinds of stuff.
T-shirts, all kinds of stuff back in the day.
And of course, on T-shirts. You're right. Yeah, back in the 60s. And then, of course, Tales to Astonish had Prince
Submarino.
Submarino. And then here you go. Here's a Cole page by John Bolton and I had to find out where this was from. He did it in Bizarre Adventures number 26 or 7. Finally found out what issue this came from.
Oh, that's cool, man.
But that's cool. Yeah, page. I sold that a few years back.
Damn, that's nice.
But yeah, very nice. He did a nice Cole. Here you go. Fantastic Four cover. 1967, it says in the margin. Might be earlier than that. But this is Jack Kirby with Wallywood ink doing the inks on it.
Ollie.
A blind man shall lead them. Great Doctor Doom cover. Always like when they blew up Doctor Doom bigger than the city or the hero. Like he was towering, larger than life.
Yeah.
And then here we go. This is
they did that a lot, where they had him like looming over the top of the Fantastic Four. Right?
This is the first issue from the month and year that I was born, November 1965. Fantastic Four number 44 with the first appearance of Gorgo. You got Medusa and Dragon Man in the background.
Cool.
Inhumans. That's when they were slowly introducing Inhumans.
Gorgon, he had like the hooves for feet, right? And he could seismic powers. So he could stamp his feet and like create little mini earthquakes or something.
See, they got 66 here written. And in the margin, they got 67. This is the second appearance of Black Panther cover. And when I bought this acetate, the Black Panther movie was a year out. They had just announced Black Panther, and I'm glad I bought the book. I'd sold this production piece before I ever got the book. I got the book in half.
That was a newer one then?
Huh?
I said that was a newer one then? Or
no, this is the second appearance of Black Panther.
Okay. But
yeah,
it just so happened to coincide timing wise. So yeah,
from 1966 or whenever it was. Yeah. I mean, I bought the production piece, so I bought the comic to go with it. Before the comic could come in, I sold the piece very quickly because it is a key second appearance cover.
Well, I got a bundle I'm putting up on eBay here soon of my Black Panther. I got the original #1, his first appearance from, what was it, Marvel Premiere, I think. I don't remember which book it was exactly, but anyway, I got that one. And then I got the original #1 from his solo miniseries that came out before his original series.
Have a good
night. And I got the #1 from his ongoing as well. Figure somebody will buy them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I bought these Jack Kirby Fantastic Four covers. Are you kidding?
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't you?
He moved, the seller moved from Brazil to America though, and he wasn't, I that's what stopped me from buying this stuff, And the Marvel stuff, I had to pay more for the Marvel stuff than I did the DC stuff. It was some of the last pieces, but I'm more of a Marvel fan. This here's a Gil Kane.
The original Spider Slayer looks like.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
J. Jonah Jameson in its eyes. Look at that.
I'll get you, Spider-Man.
Great Gil Kane.
You're a menace.
He always did the upturned nose like Morbius.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Shadow. 105. Here we go. Some interior pages.
Did I ask you the other night? I meant to ask you. Do you have any production art from Gil Kane doing any Morbius stuff?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say I don't think so.
Wow.
But
I'd like to get a hold of a piece of the old Gil Kane Morbius, man. I really liked the way he did those covers and stuff back in the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll probably be in this file if I had it or have it,
Right. Okay.
Most of
I couldn't remember if I had a chance to ask you or not. It occurred to me, I think, last night while we were talking about something, and I don't think I ever asked you the question if you had it or not.
This is Tim, or is it Tim Mooney? Jim Mooney. Jim Mooney artwork, the cat going against the Manslayer.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, this is the original Hellcat, but she was only called the Cat. This is This is the character that would become Tigress.
Well, this is probably what, late 60s, early 70s? So,
early 70s.
Beginning of feminism. So you got Manslayer and the Cat.
Yes, you got it, man. Because this they talk about ERA.
Look how that lines up, dude. Isn't that something?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see some dialogue in here. You slime, you crawling, stinking scum, on your feet, man, or don't you have the strength to face your own doom?
Dun dun dun.
I can't help thinking there must be a better way. Look at this can. Look at this pop can in the foreground.
Yeah. No, that's cool stuff. And Spider-Man is like totally holding back. He doesn't even want to hit this girl.
Yeah, it's Marvel Team Up #8, I believe. Okay. I sold all the one. There's one that only has Spidey on it, But now the ones with the cat, I think I saw all the same person. But the man killer, yeah, it's when
Man,
he meets him in the man killer. Yeah. Where she's a political assassination, I guess. Thousands watched in horror as he, was slain by her, I guess. Here she comes busting in. I just watched you now, Mrs. Cartwright. The man killer's back in town.
Okay.
Look at him swinging, man. Because she had like claws that could, be like a grappling hook.
Yeah.
She could swing from the claws. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, when they turned her into the Hellcat, they took that away from her. I think.
Look at that number 7. Yeah, it's number 7. Yeah, look at that how they put her in shadow.
Yeah, that's a great panel there.
Killer, man. Yeah. And look at the Batman homage.
Yeah.
In the shadow.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. When they're first coming up.
Yeah, all the panels on that page.
There you go. Now you get to see the claws. See the claws grabbing with the cables. Yeah. So, this is classic where the two heroes mix it up and then they become friends to fight the villain.
Yeah. Well, that's how Daredevil and Spider-Man, that's how, God, how many times has that story been told?
You have to look at little things like this, signs in the background, Hotel Rayotron or something. I don't know. It may be somebody's name, a little Easter egg, Sometimes it's like Hotel Ramita or Hotel Ditko.
You're right, yeah. Ditko's Pharmacy or something on the corner.
You're a girl! It lands on her. You're a girl! Correction, Spider-Man. I'm a woman. And I'm not just any woman. I'm a cat. It's a whack. Fat. My head's spinning. The lady really packs a wallet.
But we've never had any powerful female heroes in comic books before, Rex. Not until just recently,
No. Stunning and brave, yeah.
Yeah. And there's never been cool female characters before.
And she's kind of setting the agenda. See, she's a good guy. Now, can we talk Spider-Man, or must I do more to prove myself? Okay, so here's a Ditko cover. How about that? Them apples, number 30, one of the last Ditko covers. Of Amazing Spider-Man. Pop Art Production, 12 Center.
Wow.
Look at that's definitely Ditko Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Claws of the cat, and not this cat, but another cat burglar, the original cat. In fact, there's the cat right there swinging. There's the cat on that cover. And that was a man. Okay, now this is the inside back cover to the Treasury edition, the Spider-Man versus Superman, only in Portuguese.
Oh wow.
The Treasury edition.
Yeah.
And that's in Portuguese.
Yeah, that's the biggie.
That still shows you how they came up with the concept for the cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one. I loved all of those old Marvel Treasury editions. I don't have many of them, but
look at that. Look at that. Most of these I have seen. But now I've still got a lot of these. I can't find them, so I ain't got them listed. Somehow I've misplaced a whole bunch of them. Of the Marvel.
You got a box somewhere.
Look at that. Battle of the Baxter Building, number 40.
Jesus. I am chewed up by mosquitoes, dude.
Are you really? Oh, here you go. Here's the splash.
Dude, I got like at least a dozen bites on both of my forearms. And this is while I'm at work.
I sold this piece for a whopping $180. Was I crazy or what?
Yeah, you're nuts.
The first appearance of Punisher.
NBPS nuts.
Ross
Wow, that's
Andrew,
odd.
Frank Giacola, and David Hunt on the inks. Gary Conway, scripter. Roy Thomas, editor.
It's like they just popped Spider-Man's head off.
Yeah, but it's a statue with the jackal back there. The jackal was always cool. He'll always be one of my favorite Spider-Man artists because he was in the very first Spider-Man I ever bought. 149, the beginning of the Clone Saga. Now here's one I've got. Shadowhawk, check this out. Adventure Comics. This has got to be a plate from a book in the 70s. It's not originally Adventure Comics 1939, but it is a reproduction of that cover by Craig Flessel, the creator. There we go. Another Flessel comic book cover. It's got a page number. So it's got to come from a book, you know, a plate of a reproduction from a book on comics. Probably a hardback from the 70s.
Oh, cool.
Here's some other stages there. From the Shazam that's got the Adler grandkids there. Got different stages of that same one. You can see. See, I can switch between white kids and black kids. White kids and black kids. Well, grayscale kids, anyway. Here's another one of those wraparound. This is an execution cover on the back. Look, they're hanging.
Execution cover. Whoa.
68 pages. No ads. More action. Pew, pew, pew.
Stretches out your vocal cords and strengthens.
Now, I have no idea why they put these black bars in there. I really don't.
No idea.
I would say maybe to indicate some of the text. It almost looks redacted. But then they got it in the art areas as well. Maybe I ought to talk to Shelby about that. He might know.
Maybe.
Another Joe Kubert Haunted Tank cover. GI Combat 1/199. Swastika cover.
Some kind
Rebel
of correction.
flag cover. Yeah. Haunted Tank always flew the Rebel flag. How dare they?
Oh,
There we go. Pin up, Superboy pin up. Stage of that. And then there we go, the line artwork. Got the Kryptonite Kid and Mr. Mixelflip, Crypto and Jor-El and his original parents, all the sub characters there.
Super fam.
Joe Kubert again. Sergeant Rock. That's an Adler as well. This one's cool. It's got the Sphinx. I think we looked at that comic earlier in color. Here's another one. I actually have this one twice, a smaller version and a larger version. I got the smaller version to Elsie. He's got this wraparound. GI Combat, one version of it that I bought. It's either that or this one. I think it was the one throwing the grenade though. Got a lot of GI Combat. Here's another hanging cover on the front cover. A fine day for hanging. Saving the Nazi nurse. All right.
We're going to stretch some necks today, boys.
Yeah.
Wow.
The shell that won the war. Hitler dropped dead. Written on the shell. Fugitive from Stalag 14.
I've heard stories from old Army and Air Force guys and
Now
stuff.
this one I scanned backwards. Look at that. I'm gonna have to flop it in Photoshop.
Because you're a doofus.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I flopped this one backwards too. This is Firestorm number 2.
Whoops. Yeah. See that.
Cover by Al Milgrom with Superman on the cover. And
Yeah, I
I
like
flopped this one backwards too. The first appearance of Killer Frost. There we go.
Oh, Killer Frost. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Killer Frost. Probably is a great, look at those skeletons in the background, man. Check that
Yeah.
out. Frozen
They had
skeleton.
another really cool girl character in Firestorm. What was it? Firehawk or something like that? What was her name? You remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah, Firehawk.
Yeah, I liked her. She's cool.
Have to go as well. Everyone take care. Eric Wood says. Yeah, we're going over 2 hours on this, but interesting subject. Huh?
I said that was about an hour ago. Eric checked out.
Oh, Joe Kubert cover. Yep, Adolf Hitler cover. Unknown Soldier.
Very cool.
Sorry, not key. And then here we go. Superman doing the sea house.
Pooperman. Oh no.
Batman saying, and this is Garcia Lopez. Stand back, no one can stop the new Superman from taking over the world. Big
Bum,
howl.
bum, bum.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Don't think that's going to go over in Comics Good today. Here you go, Ernie Chan, 1976, Claw the Unconquered.
Noise.
Kind of like Conan, He's got a demon claw.
He's so chunky with his lines, man. It's like,
yeah. Look,
yeah, I like
look
Ernie
at
Chan. Who
look
is
at
it?
that Claw the Unconquered up there that he did.
Wasn't it? Was it Buscema or was it the other guy that Ernie Chan used to ink over all the time, and he'd get mad at him because
Ernie Chan would do Buscema. Yeah.
Buscema, yeah. And
1955, folks. 1955 with the bat signal.
cool.
And you look, you can see where they laid it in my hand. See?
Dude, if you look close, it looks like the bat signal is even different in the different spotlights. I'm not sure, but yeah. Look, there's a different number of wingtips on a couple of those.
And again, that's done by
Alton
Tomas.
Tomas?
Yeah, he did a lot of Phantoms in Australia.
Huh.
Later. This is his early stuff from 1955.
You think that might have been his Phantom stuff that we're still trying to identify, Rex?
No, because he's not that great an artist.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's as good as the guy.
This is actually a pretty complex piece for him to do. Because his stuff's pretty simple.
Oh, okay.
Look at this. This is Ernie Chan.
Oh, nice.
And I still haven't identified this one. I don't know what it's from. Still haven't identified it. Now this is noted. It's got the human target there. This is one of the Jim Aparo. That's who we were trying to think of. Jim Aparo.
Ah, God, thank you.
I always like this Detective Comics logo. I always loved that from the 70s.
Oh yeah.
Late 70s. This is noted for being the first issue of Red Tornado, his first solo story.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I always liked Red Tornado. He was kind of neat.
Look at the chorus girl. I think I can't find this one. This one's around the house somewhere. But look at this. Look at this shadowing. 1955 Batman. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Simple, but very cool. Yeah.
Silhouette work. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, and you wouldn't see this in America. And look at that logo. Look at that logo.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Different from what you'd see in the States. Okay, here's another stage of that same one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Look at this. Jim Aparo, Nazi divers.
This is Brave and Bold. Batman Aquaman, Brave and the Bold. I've got this issue.
Teen Titans.
Ooh.
On the original run with Joker's daughter, Harley Quinn.
Wow.
Harley Quinn. Yep. She was part of the Teen Titans.
So that was before the Harley we have now.
Yes. And this is Mike Galuda. Winged Horse. This is Adventure Comics, 425.
Cool.
That's kind of different for a cover, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the Super Soldier's horse.
Oh.
Because Super Soldier had a winged white horse, remember? Pegasus,
I don't.
black horse.
I don't remember Super Soldier, to tell you the truth.
Nick Cardy here. This has got like the son of Superman, the son of Batman. Those biker-like chicks with guns. The creatures commanding the women. 1976, because the logo's in the middle. This is DC Comics Presents. Very iconic cover by Garcia Lopez. Check that out. Dead man possesses Superman. Superman goes on a destructive rant. And Ross Andrew, Dick Giordano, Superman coming in the window all beat up. Action Comics 508 with Lois Lane sitting there having coffee. See?
Yeah.
This is Jim Starlin, House of Mystery. Jim Starlin with a very Muhammad Ali character with his back turned to you, fighting an alien. And look at there. There's that character. Not Kane, but the other guy as the referee.
Oh, yeah. The Abel.
Oh, now I've already sold this. This is Wrightson.
Oh.
Bernie Wrightson, Frankenstein.
You sold this?
Yes. About 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, yes.
Oh, damn it, Rex.
Look at that. Look at that word. Wrightson sign. It was the wretch whom I had created. That's where he's meeting him in the Arctic.
Yeah. At the end of
and he's got that skull-like face. Look at that.
Oh, dude, it's fucking wicked.
Do you know what? I can print this out for you. You know, look at that line work, man.
Oh, damn.
It's like an etching.
Well, I'm gonna try to negotiate a deal with Elsie, man, but I know that's gonna be a bite.
No. Oh, here we go. We'll end on Wonder Woman with the tweezers.
Oh no!
You can't make me talk. So bonded cover, believe it or not.
Yeah,
look at those fat fingers.
Trapped and held
by the tweezers. Yeah. And we'll pick it up with this one, which is Jim Aparo, DC 1978 78 DC special type thing with Batman, Deadman, Sergeant Rock.
Sergeant Rock.
Yeah. And a mystery on this manor down here was a fourth mystery guest. Can you guess who it is? And it turned out to be dun 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 Sherlock Holmes.
Really?
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes was in this one. Yeah. So you got Batman, Deadman, Sergeant Rock, Sherlock Holmes. 1978 special.
Cool. I'd like to find a copy of that.
You can. Don't go on eBay.
Oh, I know.
Sure, they got it available. Got to go in early, so I guess I better start getting ready.
Yeah, you out of here, Rex. I gotta go make dinner for the girls anyway. So
Yeah, I got to clock in at 6:30, and it's 5:55 right now. Unless they called it off, I guess I could check if they called it off. I don't think so. We could have worked last night. They didn't send us out. That's what's frustrating, because that's lost money. They don't work us when they can work us. You know.
well, yeah, but
Oh, clocking at 6:45. So I've got even extra time.
you got a couple extra minutes. All right, well, go take care of ass, do what you gotta do, and I will see you tomorrow, my friend. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are working. As of
All right.
now, we are working.
And hail all.
Hope you enjoyed today's show.
Have a great night.
I'll have to show K-pop. She might be interested in this.
You
She
know,
likes it when I kind of go through my collection. Of course, this was a few books and mostly production artwork, but it's cool to see that stuff in line artwork in black and white without the colors, especially the Wrightson.
yeah,
I can make you a copy of that.
cool. I'd
Big
be happy
size, big as you want, big or small as you want.
to sit there and drink it in, dude. Like I said, I'm gonna try and buy that Frankenstein that Elsie's got. He said he'd sell it to me if I want it. And I was like,
Well, you know, for those are recent purchases, and I if I remember right, for one type of thing that was right, and he spent like $500, for another like 600. So it ain't
Oh, yeah.
cheap.
nah, that's what I said. It's gonna be a bite.
Well, one he got a deal on for like 200 that normally goes for 500 or 600. Maybe that's what I got in my mind. So he got a deal on it. He would have been crazy not to get it at that price, you know, because he could flip that in a heartbeat.
I'm gonna give him whatever he asked for it because I was not wise enough to get one back in the day when they were available.
Yeah.
And
You might not have known about it. Those things are limited.
no, I don't
You know?
think I knew about it, dude, until years later.
Yeah. Well, this has been making the dream a reality. We are certainly doing that in every way and in every day. Do that. It's been episode 669. Tomorrow, episode 670. We are quickly approaching 800 episodes. All right, keep collecting.